Her husband came home early, opened the door, and found his heavily pregnant wife kneeling on the floor, her belly pressed against a footbath, towels under her knees as she carefully washed his mother's feet. His mother, Liu Guifang, sat on the couch eating durian. The TV was on and the table was covered in durian shells. Gu Chengchuan froze in the doorway for 3 full seconds. He didn't even change his shoes before rushing over and helping his wife, Shen Ji, to her feet. Ji was only 7 days from her due date. At her last checkup, she'd already been having frequent contractions, and the doctor repeatedly warned her, no standing too long, no bending over, and absolutely no overexertion. But now her pant legs were soaked with footbath water, and both knees were rubbed red. The moment he helped her up, her face went pale. One hand clung to her husband, while the other cradled her belly. Chengchuan, I'm fine. Mom got tired from shopping today, so I just helped wash her feet. Gu Chengchuan looked down at the red marks on his wife's knees, and the veins on his hand popped out. But Liu Guifang got offended first. What's with that face? I asked my daughter-in-law to wash my feet. So what? When I was 9 months pregnant with you, I still worked in the fields. She gets pregnant and suddenly she's royalty? Gu Chengchuan didn't argue. He helped his wife back to the bedroom, then carried the basin out. Liu Guifang thought her son wouldn't dare defy her, but she didn't see how cold his expression had become when he turned away. It wasn't that he wasn't angry. The doctor had just warned them that stress was the last thing Ji needed right now. Ever since his wife got pregnant, he'd worried she might fall while home alone, so he'd installed a camera in the living room. He just never really checked the footage. That afternoon, something urgent came up at work. Before leaving, Chengchuan reminded his mother again and again. Mom, Ji could go into labor anytime. Starting today, don't let her do any chores. I'll cook when I get back. Call me if anything happens. Liu Guifang agreed to everything. But the second her son left, she walked into the bedroom. Ji was sitting by the bed sewing a pair of little tiger slippers. The red fabric had been brought from Ji's hometown by her own mother, and there was only a little left. Liu Guifang looked at it twice, then reached out and took it. Xiaoya's getting engaged next week and needs red fabric for a wedding pillow. Give this to her. Mom, my mother saved that for the baby. You can buy the baby anything later. Xiaoya only gets engaged once. You're her sister-in-law, don't be so stingy. With that, Liu Guifang simply took the fabric away. Ji didn't argue again. She quietly put away her needle and thread. What hurt wasn't the piece of cloth. It was realizing more and more clearly that, in her mother-in-law's eyes, she and her unborn baby would always come second. That evening, Chengchuan came home early and even brought the yam cakes his wife loved. The moment he opened the door, his face fell. 4 of his mother's mahjong friends were in the living room. Sunflower shells and orange peels covered the floor, and the room smelled like smoke. Worst of all, the baby's brand new quilt was spread over the mahjong table, stained with ash and tea. Ji stood in the bedroom doorway with her huge belly and said nothing. When Liu Guifang saw her son, she started giving orders like everything was perfectly reasonable. Your Aunt Wang and the others are staying tonight. The master bedroom is bigger. Have Ji move to the small room and free it up for them. Gu Chengchuan answered with just 3 words. Not happening. The whole living room went silent. She's about to give birth. The master bedroom is close to the bathroom, and all her hospital stuff is in there. Nobody's moving anything. Liu Guifang's face immediately darkened.